for staying with us. Officials are working to raise awareness about human trafficking and how the public can help with the World Cup heading to Kansas City. So we're joined now by Kara Yingling. She's a St. Luke's clinical forensic nurse manager. Kara, thank you so much. Let's talk about what people need to know about this topic, because it's typically talked about around Super Bowls, but we're calling this like a Super Bowl every match, right?
Yeah. So human trafficking is nothing new here in Kansas City, unfortunately, but when we have big events like the World Cup coming to Kansas City, we have an influx of people, obviously, but we also have a demand for certain services, one being commercial sex. So this is an opportunity for us to bring awareness, engagement to our community and educate them on tools to have in their tool belt, to know the resources so they can help during this time, but also for the future of Kansas City as well.
Yeah, it goes beyond the World Cup, something you can
definitely.
use now and then apply later if you need
definitely.
to. So going back to that education, what should we be looking out for so that we can maybe guide someone to a resource?
Definitely. So there's not a one size fits all with human trafficking, unfortunately, but we have behaviors and indicators that could indicate human trafficking, but just know with like the presence or absence of these doesn't always necessarily mean someone is or isn't being trafficked. But usually you see someone under the control of another person, whether that be financial control where they're keeping their money or their identification. They could not be letting them come and go as they please. They may be isolating them from people, controlling their communication, them having to check in. They may be having to look to someone to know if they can interact with other people or speak for themselves. They may be branded or have tattoos that show ownership. They may have not knowledge of where they are because they're being moved around. They may not be able to leave or come and, like I said, come and go as they please. They may have signs of abuse or physical harm on their body, where like injuries and bruises. They may have people communicating over like the internet or through different gaming apps or Instagram or different things like that, where they've been threatened or blackmailed or manipulated, where they have someone controlling them that way. It's really interesting. It could be a family member, it could be a partner, and you just never know with those things. It could be that they have multiple cell phones or multiple hotel room keys or refillable gift cards, things like that.
And if you notice a few of these things, is there a proper way to approach this person, or is there a time where maybe you shouldn't? How do you help?
Definitely. So if you are noticing someone that could be having concerns, if you guys are, either of you are in immediate danger, call 911 first and foremost. If they're in Missouri or Kansas, it is different. In Missouri, they use Simply Report. It's an app that you can provide tips of what you're seeing. If you know someone's name, a location of where something is happening, you can provide tips that way. If you're in Kansas, you can report through the National Human Trafficking Hotline, and they can call that and provide those tips. If it is a minor, though, we do encourage you for either state to report to the state hotline for the Department of Child and Family Services.
Okay, perfect. And you can always find all those resources so that maybe you can write it down and keep it on you just in case you find something.
And we also work with a lot of community partners in this area. We have great community partnerships as well.
Amazing. Kara, thank you so much. Now we can put that in our tool belt, keep some people safe.
Definitely.
Thank you. Jacob?